Hey HBs, you're listening to Heaving Bosoms, the podcast where two best friends recap romance novels while giggling, snorting, snarking, and loving everything about the romance genre. This week, we're finishing up Perv by Dakota Gray, so let's jump right in. Hi, Erin. Hi.
Hello, Melody.
Oh, man. Aren't you bright-eyed and bushy-tailed? Hello.
I was really trying to force it because it just occurred to me, it just descended on me that we have to talk about this book. And I don't want to.
Honestly, we're
done.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do
I'm
it.
done talking about it. I'm done thinking about it. I read this book already. I didn't like it. I talked about it for an hour last week. Why do I have to do it again?
We're gonna do it. So, how the hell are ya?
I'm okay. I'm good. Yesterday we went stand-up paddleboarding with the dogs, and it has become clear to me that Rooster hates paddleboarding more than anything she's ever hated. But she hates weather and the outside,
yeah, she's not
and
really
being
an
wet.
outside
I don't
dog.
know why I thought that maybe she would just
Morph
run
into
up
a
to the
different
front of that
canine?
paddleboard and just be the captain. I don't know why I thought it might. She would not stop jumping off and trying frantically to get to shore.
Oh no!
Yes. She was so fast. She'd jump off the paddleboard for a 27-year-old wiener dog. She, an Arctic lake, it's 60 degrees outside in Alaska, and she would just launch herself into the lake and then try frantically to get to shore, and then her life jacket had a handle on the back, and I would just lift her up and put her back in the board.
Like your favorite kind of tote.
Oh, she hated it. She shook the entire time.
Was Goat on Rooster? Nope. Was Goat on David's paddleboard?
Yes, Goat was on the other paddleboard. For a while they switched, and I had Goat and David had Rooster, but it became very clear that the dogs wanted to be with their humans.
With their people.
Yeah, she was much more calm on my board, and Goat was much more calm on his board, so we...
Fair.
But they switched very early. What happened was they wanted to be together for a while. So Rooster jumped off of my board and got onto David's board, but that it was a unsustainable situation for David.
Yeah.
So he then kind of pushed Goat off onto mine, and then we had to switch them back after a while.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah, Rooster once leapt off the board and swam right into where some fishermen were fishing, which was also kind of funny because I was like, you guys fishing for wiener dogs? And they're like, this is kind of funny, but also get the fuck out of our fishing area.
You're so fucking charming. Get out of here.
Yep. Anyways, yeah, Rooster nearly died a couple of times, but she was okay. One time she was swimming so frantically that she got one of her legs caught in her life jacket, so then she just had the one leg going in the front, and then that caused her to do a few barrel rolls.
Oh my gosh.
So, she's fine. She's a good dog. She's good. She's a good girl. Right. She's fine.
Well, I'm glad that you had that adventure. That sounds awesome.
Yeah. How are you? You just got back from RWA. We just recorded a Patreon about it. Anything else going on in your life?
Yeah.
I met Christina Lauren yesterday. We recorded a Patreon about it.
I'm so jealous. I would have octopus suctioned onto them. I would have.
You should be jealous because they were delightful and charming and the best, and they're only friends with me, so you should be pretty jealous. Yeah, they could have been friends with you, but you weren't there. So anyway, we're gonna have brunch tomorrow. It's fine. It's totally fine. It's cool. Yep.
You guys are planning vacations together?
Yeah. In fact, we're on vacation together right now. I just told them they couldn't be in the room because the noise,
Fair.
It's really noisy when we're together because it's so much talking and chatting and
you're just
friendship,
constantly laughing and giggling. No, I hear you. God
yeah.
Damn it.
So if they were in here and not in the vacation pool at the resort we're staying at, oh gosh, you would not believe the giggles. So
All right, well, why don't you and I giggle about something else?
Whatever. You hung out all weekend with all the Sarah McLeans and Alyssa Coles and Alicia Rise that you could find. So don't step to me with some jealousy
Jenny
right now.
Nordbeck and Jen Reed's Romance.
Yes,
and
all our
Robert,
podcaster friends.
I can't even.
Don't even.
Yeah, they're majestic, like mythical creatures. All of them.
Yes.
Okay. Ready? Here we go. So
where
they
we
have
left
just
off.
had some scintillating missionary sex.
Yes.
That's where we left off.
But it started off with the very kinky him going down on her.
Oh. Was it ever kinky? Okay.
I think that's my problem is like, it's not really a kink. It's just how he thinks about it is a kink and how he thinks about it is gross and I don't want to read it. That's the problem I have.
Yeah, there are a couple of notes in here. Actually, my first note for this episode is after sex, Robyn's like in her brain and she's really conflicted about him still. And then he asks her why she's okay with his kink. And my note is because it's not a weird kink.
No, it's not weird. The weird parts about it are taking place in his head while he's going down on you, Robyn. And if you could hear them, you would be very grossed out, I think. Well, I don't know. A lot of people enjoyed this book, so maybe she wouldn't be. I don't know. But like, I would be very grossed out by it.
That's just you, Aaron. All right,
yes,
don't generalize on that. It's, that's a you, Aaron thing.
But the thing is, the kinky part about it is in his head. It's not what he's doing.
Yeah, I agree.
With the exception of like the panty stealing.
Right, the panty sniffing is a bit much, but it sounds like it's mostly consensual panty sniffing.
Yes, yeah. But I'm just saying that is that pushes it into kink a little bit, but the other stuff is not.
Sure.
But anyway, he asks her, why are you so okay with it?
Yeah, and she says because she's had BDSM experience.
Yes.
And I'm like,
but not good BDSM experience.
Right. Yeah, her first dom was a bad one, and we find that out a little bit later. But he didn't respect her safe word. So
right.
She had that's exactly what you don't do. You took a FaceTime photo?
I didn't mean to. What I was trying to do was turn off my video because I can't hear you very well. You're kind of breaking up like a robot.
How does one even do that? I figured it out. I just didn't see you.
Should we leave this in?
Probably. Okay, so they're in his house and she's on his lap. And he's like asked her to come sit on his lap because they're waiting for her Uber. And he's thinking about whether or not he's going to try to fuck her or maybe finger her. Because in his brain...
Yeah, he's like, how long is the Uber? Like, how far is the Uber away? It's like, no. That's not enough time.
And his internal monologue is like, oh, well, if I continue to keep her thoughts on me and like the sex I do on her, then she won't think about the revenge she wants to do on me.
Yeah, which, I mean... I feel like at this point, he shouldn't even think that she's, like, super into the revenge anymore. Like, I still don't even really understand the revenge thing. Like, what has she done to him to make him think that she's, like, out to get him besides the initial night not having sex with him? Well, I don't know. Has she said that clearly to him?
No, but she's always like, no, I know, because it's always like, I know she hates me, or, like, she thinks I hate him, or... whatever, but
right,
like it was, I won't have sex with you. Then the Monday he showed up and he was like, give me 10 minutes, and she was like, great.
Yes.
Where are we going?
Mean, she was kind of like playing it coy, but like it doesn't necessarily mean she's out to get him, that she's just like playing hard to get, and that she did say that he like fucked over her friend.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean she's got like a revenge plot. That might just mean she's kind of apprehensive to get into a thing with him, you know?
Yeah, completely. I don't even know what the revenge would be. You know,
right? Like, because he's scared of murder. So
I mean, I guess
murder.
And it all hinges on like how somebody knew that he would love and become addicted to her particular taste,
and that does not turn into anything at all.
I mean, right. So I don't even know. So
okay, so anyway, so she talks about her BDSM relationship.
Right. And he's like, she seems like a mess on the down low. And I usually do not deal with messes.
Oh, right.
I usually like do not engage with them at all. But he says something that's like that A, doesn't make any sense, and B, is contradictory. One,
you topped from the bottom?
No, that's later.
Oh, okay.
No, he says he loves her taste. And so he's like, that's why he's keeping her around. But then he also says he's never known how to not fix a problem, which is completely counter to him never dealing with messes before. Like, you know how to say goodbye to a problem you don't want to fix.
Mm-hmm.
That's what? Like this, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. And then, because he's dropped tons of women, supposedly. He's always talking about all the women that he's like fucked and all the women he's rejected. So like, I don't know. Okay. So then next is this chapter with Duke that I'm sure you were into and I do not give a shit about.
It was fine. I'm not like into Duke. I'm just more into Duke than I'm into Nate.
I don't know. Duke is a locker room talker.
Yeah, I mean,
this whole chapter is him being like, "Did you fuck her? Did you get it done? Did you get it in? Tell me all about how you fucked her." And I'm just not here for him. He's just not charming to me at all.
Yeah, I don't find, like, listen, I didn't end this book and be like, but I'm going to pick up that Duke book. I can't wait. It wasn't like that. It's just like, if I'm going to pick one of these three weirdos, I would pick Duke.
I'm firmly Tarek. He owns his own business. He seems emotionally intelligent. He's like reasonable. He's supposedly got this ripped body. I'm sure the Adonis line on him is just delicious.
I feel like Duke isn't terribly isn't respectful and like just gets it done, and that appeals to me.
Fair enough.
Okay.
So then it's like fast forward to Monday, and he goes to meet her at coffee.
Right. And is this one where Stephanie's not there? Her friend's not there? It's just her?
No. I don't know. No, because I think that's the next one.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. She's not in sweatpants. She will be later.
Right.
But they sit down, and she asks about his kink backstory. And this is where we find out his theft, his past of thievery, blah, blah. So he was dating this girl, and he stole her panties so that he could sniff them while he jerked off.
Yes.
And then in small town Georgia, it's like adorable and also really, really impressive. His parents were like, oh, he might be dealing with like some identity issues.
Right, because they found women's panties in his room, I guess. Yeah. Or no. She found out, like, she realized he stole them and then like maybe told somebody. Somehow it got back to his parents that he stole her panties.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. And so his dad like goes to a neighboring city and picks up a bunch of pamphlets about LGBTQ issues and brings them back. And he's like, don't get me wrong, son, your life is going to be terrible forever because of these things. And so then he made the decision to like suck it up and be like, I just wanted to smell the real thing while I jacked it.
But it's weird because like in Georgia, anywhere, whatever, if you find women's panties in a teenage boy's room, or you find out that he stole panties from his girlfriend or whatever, you wouldn't jump to he's cross-dressing. Like, I feel like you would jump to,
I know,
oh, he's like having sex and wants to smell vaginas. But whatever. That's fine. I'm glad that his parents were very supportive if that was going to in fact be the case. But I thought it was a lot of conclusion jumping that he like took that drive.
Leap. Yeah, that I'm like, why wouldn't you think that he just wanted a trophy from his girlfriend? You know, like girls take articles of clothing from their significant others all the time, you know, whether it's t-shirts or sweatshirts or whatever. I don't know.
Right.
Anyways. So then he asks about her trust issues, and she's like, I had a bad dom who didn't respect my safe word.
Right. And then out of this, they somehow decide he's going to take her back to his place and tie her to the bed.
Okay, thank you for not understanding how this happened, because he's just like, before this they'd been talking about, oh yeah, I'm gonna take you to the movie theater so we can do foreplay,
right? Yeah, what happened to that scene? I wanted that to happen.
I know, which is like its own thing, and then that never happened. And then the other thing is, hold on, I've gotta get to the actual place, because this back and forth is so funny to me. So first of all, he's like, I'm going to take you back to my house. I'm going to tie you up. I'm going to respect your safe word, though. And like, burp, burp, burp. Mm-hmm. And he says, you'll hate me for loving it, but you'll ask for more. We should decide on a safe word for you. And it says, her lips tug into a smile, sugar. And that word punches him right in the stomach.
Yeah, because he calls all the girls sugar because he doesn't know their names.
And his fingernails go into his palms.
But so upset and mad. Oh, she got him.
Okay, and then he goes, I won't use humiliation. I will respect your safe word. Do you understand? And her response is, I want to know if I like to have my nipples spanked. I understand. And I'm like,
what?
Did he ask you? Like, what? Where did that
she's just decided she wants to know. She wants to know. She's decided.
But couldn't you, like, chat about that on the way home? Like, wouldn't you just say, I understand, and then, oh, hey, P.S., I've been thinking about this nipple spanking thing? Like, that seems like a more logical progression.
Well, we've already identified that the dialogue in this book is very weird. So that didn't even really, like, faze me. I was kind of like, yeah, that was weird, like all the other dialogue.
Fair, I guess. Yeah. I mean,
And then, guys,
I am on the record. Maybe it's a Patreon episode. Maybe it's a cult comment. I don't know. But I have been like, I need more romance novels with tit slapping. I would like that.
You have said that. You are on the record with that.
So thank you, Dakota Gray, for all the tit slapping. I appreciate it.
And then it's like, it's weird because they're there. He's tying her up. They're going to do it. And he's like, he kind of wants her. He wants to make her say the word sure. Like, he wants to make her say her safe word.
Yeah, he's not also going to stop.
Yeah. Well, I think he's going to stop, but he does want to make her say it because he wants to make her eat that word. Like, he wants to make her uncomfortable enough that she says it because he's pissed at her for that being the word.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says, I'm a little pissed off at her choice of safe word. She's topping from the bottom before we can even play. She always does, and I'm going to make her eat the word sugar. But then he's also like, I want to make her feel so safe because of her issues. And I'm like, what are you? Like, what are you?
Thank you. Pick one.
Yeah.
Either want to fix her problems or like be a guy who cannot not fix a problem, or I don't know. It's just so much. It just doesn't make any sense.
Do you want to take all the tit slapping that apparently you're very into?
Oh,
do you want to?
Sure. Okay. So she bites her lip. So he's straddling her. And she bites her lip in the way that makes him want to come or let her make me come. What? That makes me want to come or let her make me come. I don't know.
I remember that sentence and I read it like 4 times. I completely remember. I'm not even following you and I'm on a different page, but I remember being like, what is that sentence? What is it? Like, yep. Oh, gosh. Anyway.
Okay, so I bring my hand down, striking right on the money. Her nipple tightens hard. The marks I've left before decorate her skin, and now bright red is the background. She doesn't make a sound, and I strike her again and again, and by the 4th blow, she's moaning. Like it, she pants. I'm sorry.
Yes. Like it.
Like it.
Like it.
Is she not? I don't know.
I don't know. I have a problem with that. Actually, I don't have a problem with this whole scene. I kind of liked it.
I liked it.
Liked it.
I didn't have any problem with my first read, but now reading it out loud, it was awkward. Okay, so like it, she pants. Fuck me. I take my nipple into... her nipple into my mouth to soothe the sting, to taste her. She's mind-fucking me and I like it. I open my mouth wide and try to take all of her in before I scrape my teeth along the full globe. I get to the tip and hold her nipple gently between my lips. What?
He scraped his teeth across the full globe. Yeah. I don't know. Globe is just one of those words that just makes me giggle.
Yeah, totally. My tongue gives its own spanking. Do you see the parallel there? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. She tugs at the bondage, then tilts her head back.
Uh-huh.
I had to read that 4 times too.
No, I got that. Yeah.
No, I know. But like, I didn't know if it was like never mind. Yeah. So there's just like, he goes between slapping them and
Did it scratch your itch of needing more boob spanking and romance?
I was just happy to see it. That's all.
I guess reading it, I was like, okay, fine. She seems to very much enjoy this.
Sure.
The writing's good, whatever. But I think that if you take that into like real life, I would be like, what? No, stop it. What are you doing?
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay. So yeah, I liked the chapter though. Okay.
So then he has her go down on him. Like he straddles her chest and she sucks him off.
But what happens is he's starting to tell her like how beautiful she is and how she drives him nuts and blah, blah, blah.
What? All I see is suck harder, lick. That's all I see. What?
Well, at the end of this encounter, he's telling her all these great things. And
he also like goes down on her until she says the safe word.
Yes. And when
he will not stop.
Yes. He's like going down on her and it says, all right, I'm just going to read it. When my mouth isn't full, I'm telling her how beautiful her pussy is.
No, actually, he doesn't say that. He says whenever my mouth isn't full.
Yeah.
And it's one of my biggest pet peeves. I think it's perfect for the character because it happens a lot with like deep South people. But it should be when my mouth isn't full. And everybody says, whenever I did that. And I'm just like,
you're just having withdrawals from Sookie. It's okay. We all have it.
You're right. It makes me so mad. Okay.
Anyway, he's saying all these things. I thought that she said sugar because of the things he was saying to her. Is that not it?
No. She's just like,
why did she
stop it? Because
he's
much.
Like,
she's oversensitized. She's had like 7 orgasms. Get away from my clitoris. Yeah, because then she goes into the fetal and holds her pussy in a protective manner. Like she is overwhelmed.
I thought it was like emotional. I thought it was psychologically. Oh, okay.
No, she was done. She was over it. She was like, "Do not." You're
not even going to give me that it like could have been because it's like immediately when he's saying all these things to her, you're just like, no.
I mean, I guess I don't know. Maybe I can't see it, but I can see other people.
It's just funny. Okay. So then he asks if he can touch her, and she's like, sure. And he spoons her for a little bit. Yeah. And then, so here's why I thought it was emotional, is then Robyn starts pouring out the stuff about her friend.
Wait, I'm sorry. It goes from, yes, please spoon me. And then she says, so it's silence, right? She's just like panting, coming down from her marathon orgasms. And then she goes, she had cervical cancer before she met you. Did you know that?
Yes.
Like out of the fucking blue. You are done servicing me. And so I would now like to talk about broken virgin because that is how she's referred I had to.
It reminds me of Psycho Stripper when they're in the bed and she's like, I didn't know your ex was blonde like me. You know, it's like, now we're done. Now the pillow talk is people you've slept with before.
Yeah.
So he says she had cervical cancer before she met you. And then he says, is that why she was a NICU nurse? Which is a lot of steps, but I feel like, so he went to, I guess she was unable to have kids after that, and then became a nurse, and then became a NICU nurse.
Yeah.
I guess was his thought process.
Yeah. Well, and that just signifies to her that he remembers her friend, like the specific woman.
Yes. Only after doing a lot of thinking about who it could possibly be.
And then his inner monologue is, and that could explain why Broken Virgin's hair didn't have luster and why she was too pale. Yeah,
he describes her as being like, I guess pretty, but having like a lot, being just very kind of like a shell of a person and having like dead hair and dead skin and dead eyes, basically.
There's just something about the juxtaposition between what he calls her broken virgin and then like also she was a little janky. Like she wasn't quite, I didn't get, that's not what he meant.
Yeah.
But the sentence structure did it to me.
The problem I have with it is like he identifies her in his head. Like he figures out who it is kind of by the fact that she appeared to him to be depressed or broken or something was wrong with her emotionally, psychologically, because her hair was dull and her skin was dull and whatever. Yeah. Which I don't know. There's something about that I don't like because it's like, when you're depressed or sad or anxious or whatever, it does not manifest in the shininess of your hair.
Mm-hmm. Or in fact, my hair is so shiny on day 5 of not washing it. Can I just say?
Remember when I thought you had a hair mask in when you were in a very serious depressive episode?
Oh, yes.
But it's like, you know, that bothers me, that the idea that if somebody is depressed or has some kind of mental illness, it's going to manifest in how they look.
Yeah, manifest
just
physically.
Irky to me.
Right.
But, you know, whatever.
Yeah, because often it's completely invisible.
Sorry, I looked at, like, the next paragraph, and it says, she impales herself on my dick. So apparently, it's on again. I don't. All right.
Yeah, so, like, that, condom. I think her realizing that he could like pinpoint her friend, even though he doesn't know her name, it was like all of a sudden a super turn on. And that is a leap from like, I'm breaking girl code to, oh my God, you know who she is? Get in my pussy. Like, I don't. I don't know. So
anyway,
they have emotional sex. I think like they kiss the entire time or something like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice. I mean, you know.
Yeah, the sex is good when he's not thinking. When the sex is from her perspective, I'm fine. When it's from his perspective, I'm grossed out.
Mm. Yeah, it says she breaks the kiss.
Oh, it is from his
to
perspective, but he's not going down on her. That's why it was okay. So he wakes up.
No. During this, he decides that he's done with her. He's not seeing her anymore.
Why?
He says, she collapses on top of me. I fist her hair and bring her mouth to mine. It's mine. I won't let us forget it. When I can tear my mouth away, we'll be done. I'm not doing this anymore. Okay. I don't know why. I have no idea
why.
God.
I don't care if she dips herself in chocolate and garnishes her pussy with cherries. Never mind. I didn't like this sex. A garnish?
Oh my God. Okay. Wait, hold on. This time, I swear when I come, we're done. I don't care if she's only wrapped in a bow. I don't care if she dips herself in chocolate and garnishes her pussy. So this is happening. I'm not going to do this push and pull. That's why he doesn't want to do it anymore.
You know what?
Apparently.
I kind of can't blame him because
I get it.
Having sex, she's like, safe word. And then she's like, remember my friend? She had cervical cancer. And then he's like, yeah, I guess. Is that why she was a nurse? And then she was like, do me sexually. Like, I think I would be a little bit.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I'm team Nate somehow in this moment.
I keep on landing on Nate's side of this, and I hate him.
I hate it too. I hate it.
Okay. So then he wakes up moaning, you guys. He wakes up moaning, guys. What this book has taught us is like, if you're ever thinking that your partner might be on the verge of breaking up with you, just start going down on them while they're sleeping. Yeah. Is all you need to do.
Yep.
That's
always going to turn out okay. That's never a crime.
BJ. Yeah, that's never a crime.
That's never a crime. It's totally fine.
You guys, that was not a bing boom bong Law and Order with Aaron. That was sarcasm. Bing boom bong sarcasm. Okay, I just wanted to put that out there.
Because it is often a crime. It turns out he wakes up and is consenting to this, but sometimes that's not the case. Okay. All right. So then he wakes up doing that.
Yeah.
Then he needs to deliver all his computers because, he builds computers. For $2,000 a pop, he will build you a computer that will protect all your PDFs.
You guys, it will save so many documents.
She needs to save a lot of documents, and they are documents that she wants protected, and here's $2,000 for a computer. It's like, just go to fucking Best Buy, get a computer, and put a password on it.
So many photos, you know?
So he's overcharging somebody. This bothered me. He's like charging some guy a ton of money when all he has to do is, listen,
put in a RAM?
No, change the RAM. He has to change out the RAM. Is that a thing? Change out a RAM? Know. It doesn't sound like a thing. I know, like, what RAM is, like, memories or whatever, but, like, do you change it out? Is that...
Well, I think maybe there are bigger RAMs and smaller RAMs, or maybe it's faster RAM. Listen, I'm not a ramologist. I don't know.
We are minotaurologists, but we are not ramologists, and we do not know. But right. I do know that he's charging this guy like thousands of dollars when he only has to do this very simple task that takes him like 5 minutes, and that sucks, Nate. Well, that's not a good business model. Okay, wait.
I don't mean to defend Nate, but I feel like I have to defend it just because Dakota Gray set this up already. He said that he had worked overtime to like create all of these computers with like a blop, blop, blop. And so he's already done a bunch of like the earlier legwork. Now he's just like custom fitting it to a certain client's specifications or something. So I think that's what's going on. Nobody cares. So anyway, he's like, do you want to come with me? There's like this whole thing about his mom.
No, bing, boom, bong.
I can't.
Sorry.
Aaron, I don't want to.
I know, but I'm sorry. I wanted to skip all of that sex a few minutes ago. You may have noticed by how many times I interjected, was like, and then it's done. But no. We had to do every step with Melody. So Aaron gets
Cherries
to say...
and garnishes, Aaron.
But Aaron gets to say that he's a good old Georgia boy who goes fishing all the time. And there's a picture of him and his dad fishing in his living room. And he describes it this way.
Oh, no.
Her eyes drift to the side. It's a picture of my dad. We're both wearing those rubber overalls that go up to your forehead. It's a cliche thing. We're holding big fish and grimming at the camera.
What?
What'd we say?
They're waiters.
They're called waiters. And if you're
Georgia
a good old Georgia boy who goes fishing with his dad and has waiters, you call them waiters.
You know what waiters are. They're waiters.
If you're writing a book about them, you Google up big overalls that go up to your forehead when boys in Georgia go fishing with their dads. What is those called? And then the internet tells you waiters. And then you write the sentence, we were wearing waiters. I'm sorry. All right. Sorry. That's the end of the Bing Boom Bong fishing with Aaron.
You know what?
Yeah.
I stand corrected, madam.
Yeah, you needed it, right? You wanted it. You needed it. You're glad you're still awake. It's real late where Melody is, guys. Okay.
Right. So then they talk about like his dad dying, and I don't.
Wait.
Oh God.
I'm sorry. Yeah, but okay. We're past the dad dying. She's got to go to work today. It's a weekday. She's a paralegal. And
she's a superhero paralegal.
She's a great paralegal.
No. And paralegals in this universe are superheroes.
Yeah, she's a private investigator.
She's paparazzi.
They're police officers. They can run a plate like nobody's business. They don't need justification. They're sending out subpoenas for cases that don't exist. It's all over the place.
Later on, she's like, "Oh, I've heard about Duke's paralegals. I hear they sit in the bushes and take pictures to make sure that like they can discredit the people they're talking to."
And I'm not saying I've never sent out a paralegal on a little investigation expedition for me. However, it's not like you go pull surveillance videos for like cases that don't exist. That's not a thing. Okay.
Anyway, sorry. She mentions the Amazon drones 2 times in this novel.
Whoa. Sorry. I'm being boom bonged. You said something about paralegals, and then you're just like going on a different thing, and now I don't even fucking remember what it was. So, I do.
Work.
She has to go to work.
Yeah.
And when he's like, "Oh, you have to go to work because it's a Tuesday, and that's how work works," she goes, "No, my boss is ... very understanding." We're in his voice, and he goes, "That's cryptic." Huh. And then she says, "Where else do you need to go?" And then she goes and delivers computers with him. Does that ever come back?
Yeah.
What is it?
She's been grieving.
Oh.
And so they have her on limited time. But I would think that at my high-powered paralegal job, if I have told them I'll be there 3 days a week, they're going to fucking want me there 3 days a week.
Well,
especially since she oversees 2 other paralegals and they all share a secretary. Yeah, we know that. Yeah, we find that out in this novel.
Yeah, there's a lot of details. But here's the thing. If you are on grieving time and you are using grieving time to like have sex with Georgia boy, you need to go back to work.
Yeah, you're done grieving, I think.
Also, I mean, I'm not saying anything about how long grieving takes, but
No.
Hasn't it been like a year? 6 months?
Over a year, I think.
And her workplace is still allowing her to only work like 3 days a week because her friend died?
Apparently.
I'm not saying after a year or 5 years or 10 years you're going to be over the death of your good friend, but you will be working. I'm just saying that
your law firm probably will find another paralegal. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least want you to like call in when you decide to go deliver computers with
your
Georgia
new
Kink Boy.
Yeah. With his overalls up to his forehead. You know, those
How
ones.
do you feel about how he ripped the straps off her dress, but today she's wearing the dress without straps because her boobs are so big they hold the dress up?
Must be nice.
I'm like, that's not how that works. Yeah.
No, it's not. I actually thought it was the opposite.
I thought it was the opposite, too. I mean, there were parts in this where I was like, did a man write this one? But,
no, my big-titted friends have always been like, ooh, strapless things are really hard.
There's like a happy medium, because I can't wear strapless either, but I have the opposite problem.
I have a happy medium.
Yeah. You have it?
Yeah.
Aw, congratulations.
Thanks.
No wonder you're grabbing them so much.
I know, I love them. All right.
All right.
Okay.
So they go deliver the computers.
Oh,
then
but no, Aaron. He's like, I'll order you another dress from Amazon and panties. They can use a drone to get both items here in 20 minutes. I can't concentrate if you're not wearing it.
Is that a fucking thing?
I think it was like a pilot program. I think it might be a thing in some areas, but not in my area. Right. And I should be one of the areas.
They're in LA, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to know, New York City, when you order something on Amazon and you say, I need it as fast as Amazon can get it to me, how long is that?
1 day.
1 day?
Yeah, sometimes same day. If it's a
you can wake up in the morning time, order something on Amazon, and get it by the end of the day,
and it'll be here by 8 p.m.
That blows my fucking mind.
I know, because your Prime is like what, 7 days? No, it's like 4 days.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
No,
Amazon Prime shipping is like 2 weeks up here.
Oh my god, I don't know how you live.
I pay for Prime to get things in 14 days.
Are you?
Like, it is
what?
Nuts. It is
well, because I guess like paying for shipping otherwise would be super bananas.
Yeah, I mean, paying for shipping sucks, but it's like, it's not even paying for it. If you were to order it without the 2-day shipping, it would be even longer. I don't know how much longer it would be because I've never even played with that game, but yeah.
Anyway, so she's like, I'm actually going to go home and change, so bye. And then...
Listen, the next scene I care to talk about is cat daddies, so let's just go.
Wait, no, we're stopping real quick.
Really? Because I'm so tired, Mel.
Stop it. No, I'm sorry. I'm on a roll. Okay. So they stop at the gym to talk to Tarek. The only thing that matters is this fucking goodbye because it says, oh, I'm sorry. She's like, I thought we were going to stay and you were going to let me watch you like lift weights and sweat because you won't dance for me. And he's like, who says I won't dance for you? And like burp, 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 burp. And then she goes, you can always just dance for me. And then she does her tongue and bites her lip or whatever she does.
Yeah, she does like a lip bite that he likes. But it's like an asymmetrical lip bite. It's like on the side.
Yeah.
I wish I had a video of you doing the R. You look like a pirate.
Okay. So then, after all of this dancing back and forth, it says, I wrap my arm around her waist, and with the other, I'm giving Tarek a peace out sign. Catch you later.
Yeah, that was so weird, because they showed it. I'm sorry.
And my note is, I fucking hate this douche canoe so much. I'm sorry, I found a hard limit. I would dump this man immediately.
Because of his, like, bro stuff?
Because of the, well, second of all, like, who calls it a peace out sign? Like, you say people, I don't. People say peace out.
Peace out is like when you turn it to the side.
Oh. Well, Regardless, I need a photo of you doing your peace out broness. Oh my god. Wait, how do I take a photo on this?
I don't think you
do
can.
The peace out. Do the peace out. I took it.
Did you take it?
Yup. Okay.
All right. What's? But what I wanted to say was
hard limit.
They went to the gym. Oh yeah, they went to the gym so that he could like work out. I thought, but then when like Tarek showed like kind of an interest in her, he was like, "Goodbye, my bro."
I thought it was like he was going to show her off and like meet Tarek, and I was like, "Oh, neither of you said
something earlier about like how he needed to work out today."
I mean, I don't know what else. I don't know. It's so confusing.
Cat daddies, ride my pony. Why can't I get the melody of that song?
Come and jump on it.
There you go.
Let's do it. Ride my pony.
Oh, God. Hopefully no one I know ever listens to this podcast. I'm doing pretty good so far. It's just Cole. Okay. Cat Daddies is the name of the strip club that he used to strip at when he was on leave from the army, otherwise known as weekends.
Cat Daddies. Cat Daddies is also how he now owns his condo and could own a Lamborghini. When we talked about the math last episode, I don't know how it works. But again, I'm on record. I'm not a mathologist. Okay. I am not a math. All right. So he's real mean to this guy. He comes out, his whole brand is perfect. He's like, I need something from you. You can fuck off. Like, don't talk to us. Don't be around.
Old boss shake her hand
or look at her, like, or talk to her.
Nervous that he'll like, I don't know, fucker. I'm wondering if this like old boss, like this weird washed up cowboy boss, is Matthew McConaughey. Oh yeah, yeah. With his like beer belly abs. That was like the weirdest.
I don't
care.
He
had the weirdest body in that movie.
Matthew McConaughey.
What?
Oh yeah.
What?
Sorry.
You were on record as saying the McConaissance did not happen in your pants less than a month ago. So how dare you?
The McConaissance didn't happen in my pants. But the McConaughey has always...
I swear.
No. Are you kidding me?
You are on record as not liking Matthew McConaughey. You can't turn it around now.
In my brain, the McConaissance is when he went like serious actor. I thought he was very good in things like that show about the sex cult with the flat circle and whatever that show was.
Whoa, True Detective and spoilers.
Thank you. Sorry.
Spoilers about time being a flat circle. Spoilers about that show making no fucking sense. And I watched it, and then what happened, I don't know.
I really like it, though. No, that's
Green
the McConaissance. I'm talking like peak McConaughey rom-com trash is the McConaughey. It's different.
But for the record, would I do Matthew McConaughey and True Detective? Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't want to feel that way.
No.
It's just something that happened to me.
I just feel like I could fix his alcoholism with my pussy.
He was so sad. And Woody Harrelson. Oh, God. I used to like Woody Harrelson, but he looks so much like an ex-boyfriend of mine, and now I can't. Ooh. You guys, I dated a guy that looked exactly like Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, it leaves a bad, like in the back of my throat, I had this really bad taste.
So like, just like hold that in your heads and realize that is something that I did for a long time.
Okay, anyway. Focus, do you remember when we said we were doing this in less than an hour?
Nothing happens. Cat Daddies. He does his little dance.
Stop it. No, nothing happens. I'm going to point out a one line in particular that happens. So he turns on D'Angelo. And it's that's right.
Should we sing it again?
This is Untouchable. It's a different song.
No, it's
D'Angelo's Untouchable.
It's Untitled, which is the How Does It Feel song. Untitled parentheses How Does It Feel is the name of the song.
Oh,
so it's the same song.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Don't step on my love of D'Angelo circa 2001.
I would never dream of it. Oh my God.
Seems like you are.
I'm hereby in my place. Mm-hmm. I will defer to Okay. So he does a hip roll, and slowly unbuttons his geek shirt. Was he wearing a geek shirt? Is it because he's been delivering computers?
Well, he had like a pocket protector on because he had to deliver a computer.
Oh my gosh.
That's how the world works, Melody.
Such muscles in geek shirt, apparently. Yes. Okay, so then he's grinding the air and lip syncing the lyrics of the song while he points to her. But wait for it. He says, "Help me with my shirt," and she like pulls the thing up, and then he starts like jacking off in his pants parts with his pants.
That's what they do.
I have never seen a stripper actually touch their cock in front of me.
Wait, he's in his pants?
Yes, he's in.
What?
Inside his pants.
What? I didn't notice that. I thought he was just doing the grab that they all do. You know, the grab where they pull up on their...
I am familiar with the grab. Please. Come on.
That's why I said, what? Which is the noise I make when I can't believe you don't know something.
No.
Oh, yeah, that's not... But they're alone. They're alone in the strip club.
Into the pants and then my underwear.
They are alone. You've also never seen a stripper go up under somebody's skirt with their face and start licking their underpants. Well, which, by the way...
I did have an experience at Big Al's. It was like through my jeans, but the flutter...
Tell me everything. Tell me everything. Oh my God. Can we do a whole podcast on Big Al's experiences? Yes. Please.
We will do a Patreon
How
episode.
Is this not a well that we've tapped into?
How dare we?
You know why? Do you know why it's not?
Why?
I don't think we were ever at Big Al's at the same time.
We've never been at Big Al's at the same time, but we each have enough stories to fill a coliseum. Oh my God. I think.
Anastasia.
Oh my
Raven.
God.
Did you know Anastasia?
I
helped her with her
Anastasia.
English homework once.
Oh, that's really
that
great.
Sweet? Yeah.
Oh, you both. You're like BFFs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you motored her a little bit. It's okay. I get it.
Didn't ever make the noise.
Oh, yeah. No, that's crass. Come on. Okay. Focus. Okay. So then.
Sorry.
So then he says the words, I wrote it out. I move out of reaching distance to do my moves.
Yeah. To do my moves. Night moves.
He's always talking about his moves.
There's something about that I like. Though.
I love it.
Like that. I want to do my moves now.
I'm doing my moves.
Cute.
So I'm moving out of reach so I can do my moves.
Honestly, he ends this thing by going up under her skirt and she's got granny panties on because she had to order them from Amazon. And he kind of
that's not true. She has granny panties on because he's like, wear underwear or I can't focus. And then she went home and got her biggest panties she could find.
Listen, I just don't... Is that a detail we needed to... Listen.
You're right.
So he gets up under there. He gets on those cotton granny panties and he kind of like does some over the panties mouth stuff.
Lick it all up on
was very...
that Aaron hated.
No, I was going to say this is the only time he like went down on her, like pseudo went down on her, that I was like very into reading. Wow. I very much liked that scene. And I think it was because he couldn't tell me about any fluids that were coming out or how they tasted and smelled and what the viscosity was, you know?
Fair.
Yeah.
Well, you know, anyway. She's got the best consistency that I think I've ever encountered.
God, just stop it. It made my whole stomach turn. Okay. All right, so now we're done at
we're done
Cat
with
Daddy's. Okay, so now we're at the coffee. So now he goes to the coffee shop, and this is the time where the friend isn't there that he meets her at the coffee shop.
Yeah, it's like 6 days later because they were supposed to meet on. She has work, you guys. Yeah, and
he did buy and deliver sex toys to her from Amazon via drone in the intermittent days.
Yeah, he droned sex toys to her. I don't hate it.
I do hate it. Don't drone me sex toys.
Yeah, I don't know if I needed it, you know?
Yeah.
But he's also been phone sexing her and stuff. I don't know why they couldn't. I guess it's LA ? Like, do they live far enough away? I don't know. Like, would traffic make Cole. It a 3-hour trip? I don't know. Yeah, Cole, let us know.
Yeah, Cole, no. Maybe we'll make Cole read the Duke book. He is a high-powered defense attorney in Los Angeles. So
no, I feel like we have to make Cole read this book.
I can't.
Let's inflict it on him.
That Duke chapter that we skipped was mostly Duke just being an asshole to waiters, which was one of the biggest turns offs. He sent his food back like 5 times. And Nate was like, Duke can do this because he's a defense attorney in Los Angeles. And it's like, no one can do that. And also that means nothing. That's not that's not a thing. Anyway,
she's in this giant black hoodie and he's like, oh, she's on her period. I guess. Because apparently she never likes being comfortable in public.
She's on her period?
Yes, that's why she can't do sex. Because apparently they're both anti-period sex, which I also don't understand. I was herbsing hard at this point.
Okay, good. Oh, sure. God. I'm so glad you said that because, I thought she had dropped that she was on her period and then they did have sex and then there was, description of it that you were going to have to read out loud and it was going to really, really,
No, I would have been fine with that.
I want to go on the record. I'm fine with reading a book in which there's period sex. I just don't want to read how this guy describes.
Ooh, I wonder how it would make the taste change, Aaron.
Stop it.
Do you think that there would be nickel elements?
Melody.
Would it be a little coppery?
We just lost listeners.
How about...
We just lost listeners.
We just lost you.
I hope you're happy.
Okay.
We, at the beginning of this podcast, had 10 male listeners. They're all fucking gone. All of them. So.
No, if Sookie can do it, he can do it too. Let's be equal opportunity, you confirmation bias lady.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. Anyway, he's like, why don't you come over to my house? And she's like, I can't, ... And he's like, I know. I just want to snuggle you up because I haven't been able to touch you in so long. Actually, that's not at all what he says. It is way worse. That's what he thinks.
Yes.
What does he do, Aaron? Tell me what he does, because it's every hard limit wrapped up into one.
Well, I don't know what yours is.
Come on.
But
how can
mine
you not
is
know?
that he nicknames her vagina Baby Girl. Okay, good. I don't know. You name cars. You're like a terrorist. I have no idea.
I'm sorry. I am very firmly on the record that I don't like any kind of baby play. I'm also pretty anti you ascribing names to things that are mine. This is mine.
Yeah.
We can have a conversation about what you might want to refer to my vagina as, but it's not going to be Baby Girl. Yeah. I'll tell you that much. Certainly not going to be that. He's like, I got to make sure you're taking care of Baby Girl, and
yeah,
all of my hard limits. Anyway, so she goes over to his house. So she's like, why are you taking care of me? And he's like, why are you letting me? Ew. And then he goes, I provide the full service for Baby Girl's needs. I'm just going to skip forward 5 pages just to try to make the Baby Girl end.
She goes to sleep. They go to sleep. He decides that when she wakes up, he's going to break up with her because it's too much. Because he's committing to her and he doesn't know what to do with commitments and that kind of thing. And he doesn't know how to break up with her because usually the way he breaks up with women is to lie to them about some kind of a childhood trauma or daddy or mommy issues that he has. Yeah. But he doesn't have any to tell her because she's already seen all his photographs and stuff. So
oh my God. Yeah, he's literally strategizing.
Yeah, I know.
He goes, when she wakes up, I'm breaking up with her. I haven't found the right thing to say. The lies won't work. And I know I love my mother. She knows I love my mother. She knows enough to pick up on the fact that I love my father too. I can go with the commitment angle. That still stands. I can't say we're not in a relationship. We are. Fuck if I know how that happened. Short-lived as it's going to be.
Yes.
Anyway, I still don't know why he's breaking up with her.
No, I think it's just that he can't do commitment and it's too much and it's too real and that kind of thing.
So anyway, he goes, she gets up and she's got this glowing skin and her doe-shaped eyes. What does that mean? Does she have eyes shaped like a deer doe? Is that what that means?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, because I've heard doe like her doe eyes, but doe-shaped eyes. I just pictured 2 deer silhouettes on her eyes.
That's not the first time he said doe-shaped eyes. In fact, I think he said doe-shaped eyes the first time he saw her. He sees this beautiful woman with, of course, I don't remember if it was cocoa or mocha skin. It's some kind of food is the color.
Yeah,
and
sure.
then she looks at him with doe-shaped eyes. I definitely remember that. Because I remember those 2 descriptions.
Yeah. But doe-shaped, all I'm picturing is the silhouette of a deer, in profile. on her where her eyes should be.
It's not the first time, I promise.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, so he doesn't say anything to her except "you should go," I mutter. He can't even enunciate
Lose
that
my
shit.
number.
How dare he? Well, yeah, and then he goes,
oh, wait.
She goes, this is a 180.
Oh, wait. No. What happened in between is that he found out the name of the girl that was her friend.
Yeah.
Because Duke's paralegal or whatever, one of these investigators came through. He finds out the name. He Googles her. He finds out that she died of the cervical cancer.
Oh, right. That's
after they broke up. And so now that's why he's breaking up with her. Like, he's into her. It's emotional. Now he figures out that the girl died. It's upsetting him so much. He wants her out.
Okay.
So he says, the reason that I'm breaking up with you is that I know her name, Lorraine.
Great. So then she fucks off.
Then he says the worst thing ever, which is, did she go peacefully?
Oh.
It's like, who the fuck cares? She's 30 years old. It doesn't fucking matter if she went peacefully. But that's something you ask about, like, 95-year-old people. Not, like, no, she didn't go peacefully because she was 30. It shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so gross. And so she's like, now you care about her cancer. But it's like, the fact that she died does not make what he did any better or worse.
And like, it didn't even...
He feels like he has some kind of responsibility here or something.
I know. And it didn't even make sense when she was talking to her friend because... And the friend, like, sort of points that out, but it almost made it seem like she hooked up with Nate, she broke up with Nate, and then there was some sort of, like, revisionist history scenario where she was like, he was the best thing ever, and I can't explore my life with anyone else, I guess, or something.
I don't know.
Like, I don't know if it was like
leaving his apartment here. She's like, you wasted months of her life. You know, they were wasted. And it's like, how?
I honestly don't know, especially since like she was the one who broke up with him. Like it wasn't like the other situations where like the girl at the prologue, he's like, oh man, she's so shy and like she's less shy now. But I've made her think that like, you know, she has power in her pussy. And so now I've made her better and I can like pat her on the butt and she can go away. Like not...
He didn't stick it out through her cancer coming back, but she didn't give him the chance to do that. He may have. And I think the criticism is that...
the cancer came back years later because...
Years later?
Because she didn't know the girl when she was dating Nate.
Oh, right.
The heroine didn't know the girl when she was dating Nate. And then they had this whole friendship. And then she dies of cancer. I think it might have been, it's never explicitly said, but I got the impression that it might have been like something they talked about a few times. But then like on her deathbed, when the morphine is super cranked up because they're trying to ease her pain, she starts rambling about, you know, days gone by or whatever.
Yeah. She says something like she wishes she could tell him to like go fuck himself or whatever. And those are like her... He says later that they were her last words, but I think they're just her last words to... I think they were her last words to Robyn, not her last words.
I mean, my impression is Robyn was there the moment she died. My impression was that Robyn was her only person.
They haven't been friends that long.
I don't know. I don't understand.
Either way, it doesn't make Nate a bad guy.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. He didn't do anything wrong.
The worst thing he did was never learning her name.
Right.
And if I'm a couple months into a relationship with a man and he's still calling me sugar and I feel like he doesn't know what my name is, that's on me. To be like, you know my name?
Right. Do a little test.
Is my name a name that you know?
Uh-huh. Yeah. Put him in a situation where he has to introduce you to someone.
Yes. Yeah. Or maybe just start like saying your name every once in a while, like me, Aaron. So that maybe he'll pick up on it. If you do like him. All right.
So anyway, they break up. And then we do this whole... Oh, wait. Whoa. I'm sorry. I don't know what... So it says, I hate me. A sharp heat blooms in my chest. Then why the fuck did you let me touch you? It's not her I'm angry with, but god damn it, I push out the chair. Why? I scream at her and slam my fist into the door jamb. Why the fuck are you still even here? I don't need to see the tear fall to know I'm the scum of the fucking earth.
Listen, I'm Team Nate. I'm sorry.
I don't know. It's the outburst that I don't.
Oh, no,
like.
I'm not down with that. But I'm down with the sentiment of like, you know, if you think that I'm so awful that the dying breath of your best friend was that I'm horrible and a scumbag and she wishes she could tell me to fuck off.
Yeah.
Why are you in my apartment?
No, yeah, I hear that.
I really hear that sentiment. I do not condone pushing over a chair and screaming at anyone ever.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was yikes.
She says, fucking you was supposed to help, she rasps. Remind myself that I was alive because being angry at you made me feel, you know, she has this rambling thing. And it's like, no, that wasn't the plan. It was like
that wasn't the plan.
A revengey thing. And then Samantha told her you should just go have fun.
Yeah, then it was supposed to just be a lark.
So I don't think that was ever that. Like, I do not understand all the motivations in this book. Anyway.
No, they don't. They didn't track for me. I don't know. Okay, so they do a month of by themselves, and we see it a lot. He is building computers by night and teaching stripper fitness classes to lonely men by day.
Mm-hmm.
She's crying on the couch into all of the Ben and Jerry's.
May I read you? He's a narcissist. I wanted to mention, first of all, that when remember how at the beginning he was a narcissist because there was like that girl that was timid and now she had like a roll and a sway in her hips and he's like, I gave her that walk. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. He's God's gift to women and feminism and all the shit.
When Robyn leaves, she no longer has a sexy walk and he's like, I gave her that walk.
That to her.
That walk that's unsexy. That's my fault. So then we get this nice little passage while he's on his own having left Robyn where he's thinking about Lorraine and how he messed her up. Okay, she died and her last words were all about me, damning me. There's nothing and that makes it worse. We had better than average sex. We had maybe average conversations. Fuck, she never told me once that she'd had cancer, an intimate secret that she felt she couldn't share. That was our relationship. And now, here it is. And now I can never ask what she saw in me that felt above average to her, why she decided to give me her virginity. It could have gone 6 months being placated with the scent of her pussy before my attention wandered. Had she known that? Yes, I don't beat around the bush. There's no reason to. So his regret now is that he never had the chance to ask her why he was so great.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't know. He is an asshole, but not for the reasons they say he is in this book, if that makes sense.
He is a special specimen.
He's not an asshole for having a short-term relationship with a lady.
No.
But he is an asshole for a lot of other things.
Yeah. Oh,
okay.
yeah. Hey, guess what, Aaron?
What?
He's a mess. For the first time since he lost his virginity, and not including his deployment, he hasn't had the taste of a woman in weeks.
He tries to go out and lick some ladies, but he can't do it.
Wait. I haven't even masturbated in 2 days. I'm not sure if my cock is just on strike or if it has yet to forgive me for fucking things up with Lauren. I can't come. I'm cumless.
Yes! Your face. Okay, so then he's at the bar where he always hangs out, and all of a sudden, there's Robyn. And she sits next to him, and she orders him a scotch on the rocks because of those goddamn pretentious ice cubes he's always putting in that drink.
Listen, it's not the
sorry, I'm making fun of you. Listen, is what I'm doing.
I would actually be more okay if he sounded more douchey up front and he was like, scotch, 2 ice cubes, or scotch, like if scotch with a little bit of water so that you can sort of open it up or whatever. But the fact that this motherfucker tries to swing his dick around like he is the most hardcore, and then he's like, fill up a glass with ice and then pour a tiny bit of scotch over it. Go fuck yourself.
It's so funny that like that's the thing that you like hang your hat on. It's just so funny. Oh man.
Oh.
Okay. So she's there with a black strapless dress made of silk and a single strand of diamonds around her neck, which is a real weird necklace. Single strand of diamonds. I don't know. I thought that was just kind of odd.
Oh,
but anyways.
Yeah.
Her hair is a waterfall of curls. And he says, she says, you look like shit. And he says, you're beautiful. He's drunk.
Oh, yeah, this is where Duke sets him up. Duke has him come to this lawyer mixer.
Right. Duke had that party and then, yeah. Duke had a lawyer party and he deigned to invite the pair. All the lawyers in LA are at the big lawyer party. The lawyers ball that we have every year in every fancy lawyer town.
And Duke is the king of the ball.
Oh, yes. And the Anchorage Lawyers Ball, we wear our finest furs. You wouldn't believe.
Everybody's there to tell Duke what a marvel he is.
Oh, God. Never lost a case. Never lost a case.
Not a single one, that Duke. He's a shark. A goddamn shark, it says.
If you're a defense attorney and you've never lost a case, you're doing something wrong. You need to lose a few cases.
Yeah.
Duke. All right.
So then he apparently finds out that Duke talked to his other attorney, and he was like, bring that paralegal, the one that only comes in 2 days a week.
Yeah, you know the paralegal that you're paying out of, I don't know, guilt. Go ahead and bring her. Okay, so they start talking, and he's like, Lorraine deserves better than me. And she says, you're not pissed at me? She says, you're not pissed at me? And he's like, why? And she's like, because I used you. I used you for sex. And it's like, what? You did?
You've gone back and forth and all around on this. I cannot nail these people down on what they have done or how they feel or what they are doing. I don't know. So anyway, she goes out to a patio, the partio,
they go
if
outside.
You will. She goes to the partio, and then he comes out to join the party on the partio.
Anyway, they make out, and then she is it she that breaks the kiss and then goes away in a huff for him? I don't remember, but they make out, and then it's like, no, we can't. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, she's like, she died, and you got to live. You could barely remember her, and your name was... She stops and shakes her head. I don't know what happened. I got my revenge. And then you hunted me down. I don't know. She fell for his whole devil may care appeal, you guys.
Yeah.
And the more she slapped him down, the more he wanted her.
So they make out. She pulls away. He's like, no. And he's like, Robyn, if you can, And she says, see? She says, sounding breathless, you're being a person. I like that. She presses her fingers to my lips, and I linger for as long as she lets me, and then she's gone again, and I close my eyes and pray it's not forever. It's like, what do you mean you're being a person? I don't understand.
Well, because he's an asshole all the time, and he's always this alpha asshole, and so when he's opening up to her, she's like, you're a person. It was a whole...
He's drunk!
That's true. I did not even think of that. They all open up
when they're drunk.
Listen, I don't know how you can do that with mostly water and some scotch, but I guess he's done it.
He's just had a lot of them. A lot. It's probably an open bar. At all the lawyers' balls, we have open bars. So that we, the lawyers, can get so drunk and really open up past our narcissism.
That's right. That's right. Just don't spill all your water scotch on your furs.
I swear. The next time I see you, I'm ordering a scotch on the rock. 100%. See you in 5 years. Okay. Okay.
So then we have a whole scene with the lady that we have not seen for 175 pages. I had forgotten about her.
I don't care about you, Samantha, but I wish you luck in your inevitable relationship with Duke or Tarek.
Oh, God.
I don't.
Oh, no.
Okay. Your motivations also made no sense. Because you were going to tell her to have a casual relationship, and then when she fell in love, see, I told you so. So I don't get you either, Samantha. Good luck being confusing to one of these two men. Okay.
Hopefully it's Duke. Tarek deserves better.
But also her motivations make no sense because in this conversation between Robyn and Samantha, they decide that Lorraine would have wanted Robyn. Even though in her dying breath, she was like, fuck him, I hate him, and scene. Even though that was her death scene, she would have wanted. Can you imagine?
These people can rewrite anything.
I swear to God, Melody,
Yeah.
If you are with me on my deathbed, deathbread, toast.
My favorite kind of death.
Sourdough. If I am on my deathbed and I am cursing a man who had sex with me and dumped me, or I dumped, or I didn't like, whatever.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Bad ex.
You don't want me to impale myself on his dick, as this novel said.
No. Melody, if you want to go do that, that is fine by me. You want to go fuck that guy? Fine.
All right.
But then do not turn around and be like, you know what? If Erin were here, she would have handed me a box of condoms and told me to go after it. Because that is not true. I would be like, don't.
You're not going to be
a bad idea.
You're not going to be a little cherub smiling down at me from the sky.
No.
Well, Lorraine is. I don't know when the transformation happened.
She's up in the cherub space being like, no,
what the fuck?
I wouldn't. Stop rewriting history so that you can go have sex with this man.
You weren't even there, Samantha.
Yes, exactly. Samantha, you guys, doesn't even know Lorraine, and she's saying this stuff. She's never even met her.
Also, okay, I have to say, all right, where does she say, fuck boys? God damn it.
Do a Control F.
It happens so many times, though. All right, I'll try. Fuck boys. Fuck boy. I'll do fuck boy.
Can we keep this in? Fuck boy. Fuck boy. Fuck boy. Fuck boy.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm sorry. I thought it was a callback. It's probably not even a callback. Samantha's like, you've turned her into this holier than thou, like, puritanical person. And the woman you told me about, and trust me, I've listened to hours of you talking about her, she's probably now officially the patron saint of fuckboys. And I was like,
what?
What about
she
Lorraine?
She lost her virginity to Nate and then could never sleep with anyone else again.
And that was at like 25.
That makes no sense.
Is she like trying to make up for lost time in Cherubland? Is that what we're trying to say?
By the way, if you're out there doing sex with the ex that I curse with my dying breath and revising history about how I would be, like, you're getting with Woody Harrelson, all right? And you're like, Erin would be cool with this. No, exactly. No, I wouldn't. Exactly. That is the reaction. Do not have a conversation with a replacement friend that you've replaced me with where she's like, I've heard you talk about Erin. That's the word. I've heard you talk about her, and I know based on those conversations that this is what she'd be like. No, you don't get to say what she's like.
Also, can I just say that, like Samantha says, you would never, ever laugh that I got trapped by Woody Harrelson.
No!
Because that's what Samantha says. She's like, the Lorraine you told me about would have never stopped laughing that you got trapped by him.
No.
Like, what?
I don't want my friends to get trapped by a guy that I didn't like or, had a bad relationship with. I don't want you ever trapped with some guy I didn't like.
No.
Awful.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand. Anyway,
it's grand gesture time.
Oh yeah, it's grand gesture time. Oh, we're grand gesturing.
On his doorstep. She's like, "This is me. This is my grand gestures coming to your apartment." He's on the phone with his mom. He introduces her to his mom because he's a good old boy, and then they just decide they're together forever. Can we be done?
Yeah, let's be done.
Yes.
I do not. I mean, I guess maybe.
Oh, she's the first woman he's introduced to his mother.
Yeah, they're going to be together forever. And they're going to have beautiful babies. It's going to be great. And I wish them all the best.
Yeah, they do the thing where they start over and fake introduce each other to each other.
Nope.
I don't know. I'm just kind of like, I was disappointed in a lot of Robyn's motivations throughout. But also like, I was also just disappointed that Robyn, who seemed to be like a normal, competent, like sexy lady in the world, would like go for this guy too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Completely.
Maybe she's not competent. She only works like a couple days a week and maybe she sucks. I don't know. But I was just like, this guy sucks so bad. Like, why him? Because he's so good at going down on you? What? Is that it?
Yeah, I just don't like him. But I think I'm biased because I loathe every molecule that he's made of.
That would make you biased against him.
Yeah. I feel like it might. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. Also, once again with the maths. She says, Duke told me you haven't had sex for 2 months. And meanwhile, they've only been broken up for a month. So I don't know why that would be said out loud. And I don't know why she would take that at face value. And then later on, she goes, she circles back and she goes, did you really go 2 months without? And he says 37 days, because let's recall, they have not even been broken up for 5 weeks.
Right. And the thing
I
is,
don't understand.
No, the timeline in this thing is all crazy because, like, if you really do, like, try to write it down, the timeline of everything of, like, his dad died a year ago.
1 year?
I think so. Like, if you really try to work it out with, like, his dad's death, his relationship with Lorraine being, I can't remember if it was supposed to be before. Yeah, leave out his 5 deployments. But like, sorry. His dad's death, his relationship with her, the length of that relationship, how his relationship with her was before he got hit with the shrapnel from the IED.
Yeah, all these different
critifying
things. IED.
Yeah, where, gosh, he got
so much hotter.
He got a Purple Heart for that dimple. But anyway,
man, that homemade IED really did wonders for him.
Yeah, that IED really did. When an IED blew up in this guy's face, he got handsomer. That is this book. That's the thesis of this book to me. Anyway, but like all of that, it doesn't work out. Like how long the relationship was supposed to have been with Lorraine versus when she died versus how long it's been for Robyn to have,
how has he had sex with hundreds of women when he didn't lose his virginity until after he was 17 and he's been deployed for 5 times? For 5 times.
I didn't even factor in the deployments to that. Yeah, you guys, you can't have sex on deployment.
That's illegal or something. Mm-hmm. I'm sure of it.
It is.
Lawyering with Melody.
Well, it would have to be another soldier, because that's all you have access to. And it would have to be another soldier that's like your same rank, so that it's not, your same, category, so you're not fraternizing. It would have to be somebody who's not like you're working closely with, because that's an issue as well. And it would have to take place like in a porta potty. So, I mean,
this guy would be that guy.
Yeah, sure.
He would jump right into that porta potty. And the smells oh boy, they would just meld together. I gotta stop. Okay.
He does love smells.
He does. He loves them. All right. So, this was a ride. Yep. This is a ride.
Do you have lady love?
Golly gee willikers. I mean, my lady love is like RWA, but that's not a thing that other people can do, at least not until next year.
Well, no, let's say, why don't you say just like romance conventions at all? Because like when we were readers, I mean, I guess we're still romance readers, but when we were just romance readers, we had no idea. I never even thought to Google the possibility that there were these like conventions and author signings and these like kiss cons and RWAs and like these things that readers could go to and like meet each other and stuff.
Yeah.
I had no idea. And there's tons of them. They're all over the place all the time. Mm-hmm. In the States, internationally, everywhere. Every region has one of these. So that I think that should be your lady love.
Met this really lovely attendee at the bar, and she was just like Little Miss Exuberant. She was only coming because she's a reader, and she was like, I want to learn about new authors, and I want to learn about how these ladies do it, because they were like, oh, are you an author? And I was like, no. I have never even thought about it. I think these people are wizards. Like, did
you say that you're a podcaster?
I did. Yeah. And she was like, oh, that podcast. She'd never heard the word out loud, I don't think.
Oh.
Anyway, it was wonderful. And so, and she was like trying to chug her drink so that she could get to that giant room of like 250 authors. And it was so awesome to see because she was just there to discover and rub elbows, It was really cool.
And you guys, magic can happen. Like when I was at KissCon, when I ended up in that late night conversation that I always talk about with Alicia Rye and Alyssa Cole.
And Alicia Rye talked about.
Yes. She remembers and like it's a good memory and not a weird one. And like it just made my life. And Danny from Black Chicklet and a couple of HBs. And then also just like a couple of like just girls that were like there that were readers. Magic like that can happen. Like the idea, so like H.B. Blair is a huge Sally Thorne fan and is all over Sally Thorne's Facebook group all the time. And she was like, I'm very nervous to meet Sally Thorne because like she's my hero, you know?
Right.
And she wanted me to walk up to Sally Thorne with her because I had already been introduced to Sally Thorne. Little did Blair know that was a liability. But I was like, yeah, sure, I'll walk up with you. Sally Thorne looked at this girl and was like, Blair! Did she recognize her from her Facebook photo? And it's like, magical shit can happen. You can meet your heroes. They can like you. They can get wine drunk with you. It's insane.
It's insane.
Anyway, and even if all you do is just meet other readers, that's great too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make friends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and make friends with shared interests.
At these places, everyone else has as much social anxiety as you. What's great is everybody that's there is also just a web of like, I don't know, I just read books and stay in my house and I don't want to introduce myself to anyone. I'm just a book person. That's everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's great. It's so lovely.
Anyway, okay.
So that's my lady love. And
then... no, now I have to have one too? I pretty much did your whole lady love. Like, that's not fair.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You can find us
on all the places. Okay, I will do it.
It's the hardest part about this whole thing.
It's the
only part I dread.
We are on Instagram at Heaving Bosoms. We're on Twitter at Heaving_Bosoms.
Yes.
Facebook, we have a page that is Heaving Bosoms, a romance novel podcast, I think, or it's like facebook.com/Heaving Bosoms podcast. And then there's our group, which is the Heaving Bosoms Geriatric Friendship Cult.
Answer the questions or you're not going to get in.
Yeah, I'm not going to let you in if you don't answer the questions. I will deny you.
Answer the questions. We're not going to let you in.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then they're really easy. Like it's not arduous.
And some of you answer them wrong and we still let you in. Because they're like, why do you listen to the podcast? And some people answer things like podcast. That's not an answer to that question. We'll still let you in. How do you find the podcast? We mean like, did you Google it or did your friend tell you? Some people say how they find it. Funny. We still let you in.
So true.
I love that. I'm like, are you guys British? Yeah, enjoyable. I find it very well. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry.
We are on our website. It's heavingbosomspodcast.com. There's all the links there. You can get to our Patreon, which is patreon.com/heavingbosomspodcast.
Yes.
You can do... Oh, we've got
the
merch on Redbubble.
Reading Embrace is there.
The Reading Embrace is there. Yep. It's a lot of things.
That's gotta be it, right?
That's it. Yeah, I feel like that's it. Yeah. So, we j'adore you. And... J'adore de you. And keep being a badass. And love yourself as much as you love Matthew McConaughey.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
That's got to be it.
Okay.
All right. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, you. Yes, listener, you. Are you loving the show? If so, please leave a rating and review in your podcast app. The 90 seconds you take to say something nice not only helps new people find the show, but it makes me super smile over at HBHQ. Also, I've had a few people ask, and the answer is yes. We are still doing the 5-star bribe. If you leave us a review with 5 stars, then we'll do whatever book you want. We're real deep into the list, though, so it might be a while. Lilas! Okay, back to the show.